I never suspected that it would be cancer. I think you just don't in our age group. All I knew was chemo, you lose your hair. So that was the only thing I really expected to happen. My hair was hanging on a bit and it was just really nice, and I was like, maybe I'll be the one person it doesn't happen to, but then obviously it did happen. One moment I was fine and doing whatever I wanted, and the next moment they were like, you have to go straight to hospital. I had chemotherapy and surgery. I was sent to the States for proton therapy, which is like a targeted form of radiotherapy. As the treatment carried on, I just got more and more tired. I think about 3 months after treatment finished, I was like the most tired I've ever been. People were so understanding during treatment, but after treatment's finished, it's like, okay, you've had like your time in the spotlight, like now time to move on. When actually like the fatigue got like so much worse. All your friends sleep and then they like feel refreshed and get up and go. You feel like there's a separation because you can't do everything that they do. My consultant mentioned that being active helped, but it was trying to find the balance. I'm quite used to like pushing myself with exercise, but if you push yourself, then it just wipes you out for like the next few days. So I did a lot of running before treatment. The radiation damaged my pelvis, so I can't really run long distances or like run how I want to. So I had to look around for another activity. And I started doing a bit of open water swimming. And I just kind of feel energized and invigorated. I am tired, but it's not the exhaustion that fatigue leaves me with. So I'm going to swim the Serpentine, and I'm kind of just looking at other like open water swimming challenges. Before cancer, I didn't really need to think that much before activities. So I could just kind of go for a swim, go for a run, and then go out and see my friends. But I just have to kind of take a step back.
I didn't realise that fatigue wasn't just like tiredness. It dominated like every decision you had to make. You just gaze off into the distance sometimes. We'll ask you something and then you'll just look somewhere and we'll be like, Ruth, you're not listening. And you'll be like, I'm so tired. Like, I just can't even form my words right now.
Do you think the fatigue is the biggest issue at the moment? Because I'm often asked,
Yeah.
what's the worst thing for
Because
you?
it affects me daily, and it means that I can't work full time. And I just feel like I'm almost elderly. So my advice for anyone going through fatigue, make life easy for yourself whenever possible. So that's in terms of getting to bed at a decent hour and making sure you're getting enough sleep, because that definitely helps. Eating well, avoiding like things with loads of sugar, because then you get like sugar highs and sugar lows, which makes everything a lot worse. When you have a bit more energy, just think about how you can make life easier for yourself in the next week or so. I also have like an emergency bit of money just set aside in case I need to get a cab home. Make sure you stand up for yourself. You kind of have to be really explicit and say, I can't do that, and that's with friends as well as employers. Look on websites like Work with Cancer and the Macmillan website. You need to be really clear on your rights, because when you have had cancer, you are then defined as disabled for the rest of your life. So there are certain legal requirements, like employers have to make reasonable adjustments. So I had a kind of a list of things like more flexible hours, being able to go and take breaks, like having a quiet room where I could just lie down. My main manager knows about the cancer and also the fatigue, and they've been really good at working with me. To kind of be seen as like a asset rather than a problem helps a lot. For parents or like carers to know fatigue is real, and it's so much more than just tiredness. I know with my own parents, I have been guilty of just letting them do too much for me. They ask my sisters to do things instead of me, and I know I can definitely get up and do them. So I usually have to say, actually, you know, you can ask me to do that. But I think it's maybe just having an honest and like open discussion with your child about their fatigue. What do you do to help me with my fatigue?
I think it's just like really practical things. Like for instance, your birthday, when we took you to see a musical, we were like, we should book something in the afternoon rather than the evening, because she's going to be too tired to do something in the evening. Thinking before I ask you to do something, instead of being like, let's do this, oh no, wait, you can't. Let's do this, oh no, that wouldn't be a great time. So you don't have to feel like we're going out of our way.
Well, I just worry that you guys are missing out on doing stuff that you want to do. Like, especially on holiday, when it seems like people want to go and do stuff. And
But we wouldn't want to do it without you. That sounds cheesy.
I think completing treatment is like a really mixed bag, because there's so much expectation. This is like the moment you've been waiting for, like in my case for 11 months. Everyone's really happy, but you're just wondering, like, when will I ever get back to how I was before? And I recently talked to my consultant about it, and she was like, yeah, it can last like your entire life. I mean, I feel like I've kind of been given a second chance at life now. I've finished treatment and I've started to feel like a lot better, and I like moved to London, I'm living with friends, I'm working, and I'm just like quite excited about life.